Hello guys, good morning. So in this video, I want to show you how I am drafting a trouser for a client that has a length of 48, right? Most of you guys doubted the measurements. Now, if you look at the picture on the screen, you are seeing I and the guy, and the height difference is not obvious in picture, but in reality, it's very obvious, right? Pictures can be a bit deceptive. So to start with, I wear a length of 43 and a half, and this guy has 48-inch trouser length. So now I want to teach you guys how to draft such person's measurements. Alright, so now you mark out your baseline as usual. Now I'm using the tailor chalk, so I don't know if it will be visible enough. Alright, I think it's visible enough, right? So you mark out your baseline, and you also mark out the sidelines as well. So the essence of this video is to show you guys that the length of 48, which I mentioned in my post on Facebook, is true. Some people doubted it. So by the fact that I am using the measurement to draft this trouser should show you that it's true, right? So try my best to go all through this way. So once you have marked out the sidelines, now the next to do now is to mark 2 inches here. These 2 inches will serve you for the folding or hemming of this trouser. Connect the line in this form. Now after this, the next to do now is to apply the length of 48. This is where most people are having the doubt. 48, look at it, 48. Then go all through this way. So that's the length of the trouser. Mark it twice, push inside, and mark again. And then connect all through this way. So now, the next thing to do here is to get the crotch. Now, the rest of the measurements are as follows. The waist is 37, hip is 45, lap is 26, knee is 17, ankle is 15, length of trouser is 48. That is where people have issues with. Now, to get a crotch, we have formulas for the crotch. Divide the hip by 4 and then get your crotch measurement. But in this case, this person's hip by 4 might not work, right? So the next thing we want to do here is to make sure that we cross-check 2 or 3 formulas that will give us a reasonable answer for a crotch. So hip over 4, this hip is 45. Over 4 will give us 11.25. That's 11.25, right? That's for the hip over 4. 11.25. Now, the next method we are going to use is length of trouser over 4. So this is 48. Over 4 will give us 12. Right? So this is, I think, very much acceptable. The 4. The length of trouser over 12 over 4, which is still close to what I had in mind. Now, but the best way to get a crotch is to measure. So in such case, since I did not measure his crotch, I will place it in this form. I will use a crotch of 12.5. 12.5. Now, the reason for the crotch is because of his height, so that it doesn't get too tight on him, right? Then connect all through this way. So this serves me for my crotch of my client. Now, some persons might ask me, why did I use 12.5? Because I already know my crotch measurement is 11. I know my measurements, so I have known that this guy is taller than me. That means that the crotch should be a bit bigger than mine. So I decided to add extra 1.5 to my crotch measurement to get his own crotch. So now, having said that, Now the next to do now is to get the knee line. You measure from the crotch depth to the ankle line, we have 35.5. Divide by 2, you have 17.75, right? Then minus 3, you have 14.75. That's the knee line. Let's use 14.5. That's the knee line. So this type of trouser marking is called the gradient line method. This will help you to get every measurement properly applied. Now the next is to mark the hip, which is 45 here. So in such case, I will just mark 46, right? Then mark in this form, add extra 2 inches. Then get the middle distance from that 2 inches to this point, which is almost 14. That's 6¾ I will mark here 6¾ the midpoint. Then take the same measurement and apply on the knee as well, 6¾ Also mark it on the ankle, 6¾ After which, you connect the line in this form. So now, this type of trouser is best used for such cases so that every measurement will be fully represented at both ends of the trouser. Now, the knee is 17. Divide by 2, you have 8.5. Divide by 2 again, you have 4.25. Such cases, I will mark at 4.5 this way and 4.5 this way, right? The next is the ankle. Ankle is 15. Divide by 2 is 7.5. Divide by 2 again is 3¾ So such cases I can mark at 4.4. 4.4. Invariably, I've added extra half an inch to the measurements I have. Then bring up the line to come up straight from this direction all through this way. It comes all through this way. Sorry, let me clean this. You see the reason for the tailor's chalk, it vanishes after you press it. If you have an error, right? That's why I'm using the tailor's chalk to mark this. So now, trying to bring out the measurements again. 4 was what I marked here. You mark 4 here. After which, you now connect it in this form. Connect all through down. Push as well. And connect. Then, come to the hip line. Connect to the knee measurements in this form. And then blend it here as well in this way, right? Connect this other one as well to this form and then blend it all through to this point. Then after this, the next thing we will do now is to mark the waist, which the waist was 37. Divide by 4, you have 9.25. Add extra 1 inch to it. And then connect from here to the 1 inch, the hip point to the 1 inch. And after we come up by 2 inches here. And then come in here by 0.5. Then slant the waistline by half an inch. Then take your hip curve and slope the front panel in this form, and then blend here all through. If there's any sharp edge, you blend it. Don't allow any sharp edge to be visible here, right? And that is okay. The next thing you do now is the pocket. So pocket I will use for him is 7.5, and then here 2.5 as well. And that's all you need to do. So the next you will do now is to start drafting, is to start cutting rather. You see how long this guy measurement is. So do enjoy the cutting video. Okay, why? Before we go to cutting, you make a curve on the crotch. Here. Make a curve here. It goes all through this way. So let's now do the cutting processes. All right, so now we have finished drafting the back, the front. So let us now grab the back. So extend this line here on the crotch, all through here, this way, and then mark extra 2 inches here, 2 inches here. This tailor chalk is so fragile, it can break at any time, but it's still nice. 2 inches here, 2 inches all through. Mark 2 inches as many times as possible. So once you have marked the 2 inches all through there, you now join in twos. Join the first one to the second one to the third one to fourth one to fifth one, and fifth one to the last one. So once you have joined all through that way, now the next you will do is to extend here as well by 1.5 on the waistline and then 2 inches somewhere on the hip area. And then connect with a curve. It goes all through this way. Connect all through here with a curve. Freehand sketch, curve here. And then raise the back by 2 inches. Now the reason for the raising is to make sure that it doesn't be a low waist for your client. So connect back to the tip of the trouser at the front, and you are done marking the back panel. So let's also cut it and see the result.